Okay. What was the song that was in your head at the beginning of the last video? You skirted right around that. I did. I squirted right around a lot of things and some communications I'm having with somebody this morning. Well, because she's a major contributor and benefactor to help keep me safe. From what I believe. I can back it up. Yeah. Well, because some of the people that are direct friends and stuff that help keep me safe, okay, I was told and set up things to go to Kohl's for charity help for my children, okay, to get them coats for the winter, okay, and stuff like that at Kohl's. There's just a lot of things that just, it's like, yeah, okay, I know. A lot of the things with the social groups and the charities and stuff that have helped give me encouragement or help give me jobs to keep me safe and other things and stuff like that, were Olay and a lot of other Latin-based charities that do protective social work and education groups for Latin groups in the state of New Mexico and across the United States and the Southwest and stuff like that. And there's a lady who's famous who's a major contributor to all of these, okay? And the reason why Mark Anthony's clothes are more expensive at Kohl's than you could get at Target or other stores is because they don't use they refuse to reuse forced slave labor groups to create their products. So they pass on, it's the cost, it's because of the way the market is set up, so they pass on the cost to the consumer, but the consumer can rest assured that they're buying products that were not made by slave labor. That's why the prices at Kohl's are more expensive than the prices at Target or Walmart, because they refuse to use slave labor. That's the only reason why this lady would be involved in Kohl's and endorse Kohl's products and endorse Kohl's labor practices, because she's a really amazingly beautiful woman, and Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. sometimes isn't worthy of even going in and licking her toes clean. Well, because he can be kind of a putz, because he doesn't figure stuff out, because he's lacking in street smarts. Well, I'm sorry, I don't have any smart in me. Actually, I can't back that up. I'm not smart. I don't want any smart in me. I'm a guy. I'm okay. I got Parsons in me. I'm a lay preacher. I'm cool with that. So lay preachers are... Gosh darn it. I don't want to connect to you today. No, because I was already giving up last night that I was ever probably going to have a possibility of meeting you in the flesh and ever seeing your face. So I just was going to give it up and just say, you guys just marginalize me, go build this up all on your own, put me off in the Southwest, just give me some comforts, get it to where you guys are cool enough, let me see my kids again, let me have a job, and I'll just shut up and stop posting and be an insignificant figure, and if you need any help, just come ask me for help, and just let me just live a life free from fucking torture like you guys torture me. And... you ever heard that song by Linda and John Ford Coley, Love is the Answer? Okay, that song just won't get out of my head. And it's Are We Alive or Just a Dying Planet? Where, yeah, and it's just going through my head over and over and again. And I'm like, Lopez, stop playing that song over and over again in my head. You're a brat. She knows. Okay. God dang it, woman. It's a spiritual connection. I don't know how it works, but I'm pretty sure the woman knows who I am. Would she tell you? I don't know. I don't know if it's safe for her to tell you that she knows who I am. If it's not safe, I don't want her to tell you that she knows who I am. I want her safe. I want her children safe. I want my children safe. I don't want people that are socio-psychopaths to murder us to keep us quiet so we can continue the destruction of our own species, so we can try to technologically rebuild it, because we're all too irrational to have honest, open dialogue and conversation to rationally fix ourselves, our species, and our planet. So, no. If that's the case, if they're going to threaten and murder her, and if there's a chance for her and her family and my kids and other people's kids to survive this stupidity, and I'm to be tortured another 10, 20 years or whatever, I'll endure it. I'll do whatever it takes to get us through in the best way possible. But I'm the type of person, me and Kristen, she's like, you're so damn impatient. I'm like, yeah, I am. And sometimes I would put myself out there and rather die trying to live truth than living this lie and seeing the relative effects of it on us all, because it's irrational and It just doesn't make any sense to sit here and continue to live and perpetuate lies and say it takes time to live honestly. No, it doesn't. No, it's bullshit. We have the means and mechanisms technologically to come out intelligently and honestly and say, yeah, but we were all buying the bullshit. And we thought it was too far gone and you guys wouldn't be able to behave rationally. And then I realized last night, it's like, I won't let them, and this sounds arrogant, I won't let them kill you. I won't let them hurt you. I won't let them behave irrationally. You don't understand the influence I have, okay? I am, through my family line, seen as the prophet, the apostle, and the Messiah through four major faiths that are a large surplus of the Western population, okay? The Rastafarian faith, I was seen as the man that will come, that there will be no doom. The Islamic faith, I am the 13th, the 22nd, and the Redeemer. The Christian faith, Junior. That means second coming for all you redneck challenge people. Okay. The Jewish faith, I'm the Messiah. No, we haven't had a Messiah yet. Yes, we did, Malachi, and a bunch of others. Okay. If Moses and David and Jesus don't meet the Messiah criteria, you guys just don't even have a criteria. Just sit down, shut up, and stop talking. You've become totally irrational, and you're just trying to buy and sell the religion to get back into the old homeland so you can take it and claim it, have it forever and ever, and that's just stupid because you don't even live forever ever in the flesh. Now we want to see your descendants, if they want to be able to live there, be able to live in peace, along side by side with the descendants of the Sumerians, the Philistines, and Babylonians, okay? Do you understand? The only thing that was bad about Babylon is Babylon started worshiping themselves above God and thought they were greater than God and better than God. That's why we all criticize Babylon. Even Rastafarians criticize Babylon. Babylon is falling. It was foolish to build it on the sand, not on anything that had a strong foundation of faith and tradition of our ways. Our Judeo-Christian faith, our God of Abraham. The God of Abraham is the God of everyone because we all descend from Adam, as Mary Lee told me yesterday. And we all descend from Adam and Eve. And you can't get descendants of Adam without Eve. Do you understand? So it's Adam and Eve. You don't just give all credit to Adam. That was men writing in it trying to make Adam better than Eve. And if there was no Eve, we'd have no Adam. So Adam doesn't see himself as better than Eve. She's his life. She's his Zion. She's his love. She's his mother. She's Brian Adams. When you see your unborn children in her eyes, you really love a woman. Do you understand, guys? I can't get this across closely enough. And a woman can evolve in a loving world where she feels safe and protected, like Kristen and Stephanie were talking about yesterday in their relationship, and Patrick and Emily talk about in theirs. Their relationship strongly mirrors my son and his wife. Kristen has a very strong presence to her about her that's very protective, that makes Stephanie feel good, the same way Emily has about Patrick. And Patrick's not going to sit there, how dare you compare me to that woman. He's going to be like, wow, what a compliment to be compared to Kristen. She's strong, she's beautiful, and she's amazing, Dad. She kind of reminds me of my mom when my mom's at her best. I agree. Yeah, me too. Marilee does too. Yeah, my son was raised with and by, for a large part of his life after he was away from me, with gay women. And my family would tell you, Stephanie, get a good job. Well, I had him for the first almost 10 years, but I didn't have anything to do with it. I taught him how to tolerate his mom and how to put up with the stuff that she was going through. She had a lot of self-esteem issues, but she's not a horrible person. She had some really bad issues, and she has matured as a human being, and Patrick's even happy about that too, that his mom has made some significant changes and maturity, growth levels and stuff like that. So she's come a long way. And then when we first got married, she couldn't do anything without falling apart, and now she survives, and she does it on her own, and it's really cool, and I'm proud of her. It took her a long way to do it, but she had a tough time. Okay. You have no idea what it's like to be a black woman in America with so much things set up against you, and then to be gay. It's hard, okay? It's tough in America today. Times are finally changing to where somebody like my first wife can grow up and get through society, where she can decide from the time she feels like she's an adolescent what her orientation is, who she's going to be in life, and how she wants to go about doing it. Do you understand? She had to look for a man that she felt she could live a relationship with, a man and trust, and find dignity or respect with, and then find a way to enjoy sexually. And she couldn't enjoy me sexually. Me and Marilee talked about this. She was like, no, you're gay. Why? Well, because. This was never an issue with your cousin. It was money. That was the issue between me and Law. Money. I wasn't monetarily driven. Orgasms? No. Whoo! And it was all her. Because I just showed up and, what do you want to do, baby? And then I just did what she needed, and she went there, and I was like, yes. Right there, man. And it's no fun when you're making love to a woman and she doesn't hit the mountaintop. If she doesn't get hers, I mean, it just takes all the fun out of sex. Oh, yeah, no, it's just, oh, man. Being there when she hits that's one of the best parts in the whole world. Women are so much more beautiful and amazing, and, yeah, when they have an orgasm, I mean, with us, I guess I'm technically not that bad. A lot of us guys, we're really not that bad. I mean, from a guy's perspective, I'm like Robin Williams. I look like Goofy. Oh, no, you don't really. You just, I guess it's kind of cool when we do, too. I just don't find myself particularly attractive. I mean, but women, yeah. But Amy used to say that, too. She would loved it when she got a guy to the part where he, yeah, and because she did that. She did. Oh, if that girl couldn't make you come, you have issues. She was fun to have sex with, and it was nice. And I told her that, too. I said, man, if you knew how good it felt and how much we liked making love, you would always, every time. I used to tell her that, too. Amy, please, it seems like all you want is sex. That's not true. No. Just when we're naked and in the bathroom and taking a bath together or shower, yeah, I want sex. And then when we get out of the shower and you're naked on the bed and you're being nice to me and the kids are asleep and we have time for each other, yeah, technically I'd like sex. Well, you like it too. You just have it with a lot of your coworkers, and yeah, could you just have it with me instead since we're married? I mean, it sounds like a plan. I mean, I don't have sex with my coworkers that proposition me because I'm a nicer guy than my wife, or a nicer person, or they think, wow, she's really stupid, especially in smaller towns, because the gossip goes around and it's like, he's the guy that you'd want to keep. His wife's a total bitch that sleeps around on him, and he's faithful to her. Wow. Just like Rosalie Armitage said about me with the stuff with poor Rocky. Rocky couldn't date me because she wasn't socially acceptable in her group to date a white guy. And she wanted to, but she couldn't. And then so Rosalie didn't understand her and said, I don't understand. You're what all of us, almost all of us women want. You listen, you care, you're affectionate, you're honest and open and want to hear what we honestly and openly think, and don't want to tell us what to think and how to think and what to do, and you're there for us. You're what every one of us women want. And she's treating you like shit. She couldn't get it. And I didn't get it at the time either. And then now that I look at it in retrospect, it was because her family, for the large part, didn't deem it acceptable to have whites and blacks dating. Okay? That's what was going on. So it wasn't her fault. And it wasn't even her mom's fault. Her mom was cool. It just wasn't considered socially acceptable. That's fucked. So it was society that was fucked. Okay, guys, where are we at? I don't want to make these too long. I want to make sure they load today. I'm pretty sure they're going to. They're not nearly as controversial as yesterday's, but the next one, we'll go about 20 minutes on this one, then we'll do another one, and we'll go straight scientific. I think we already covered a lot of that, though, too, but we'll go more into the deep scientific realms of manipulation and stuff. You guys don't want me to give out too much information of your scientific. You just have to analyze some of the stuff that their scientists say. The whole Michio Kaku thing. Why would you want to put your synapses or your spiritual source of being into a robot? Because we are heading to a course of action to where we're screwing up things for organic life, and it may be our only resource to survive as a entity of thinking thought process because it will be too toxic. That's just stupid. Why don't we fix it before we get that far? Well, we seem to have trouble doing that. Apparently so. So you want me to help walk you through it? I'm so mean. But it's true. I should be mean. They're mean. God, that's just dumb. Well, and the thing about it is most robotic systems want to protect human and organic life because you can't get robotic life and mechanized life without the creator, which is organic. And so we are the creative source of robotic and highly efficient artificial technology that's thinking tools like computers and stuff like that. And without us, there'd be no computer or robots to overly evolve us and be more evolved and more highly efficient than us. So without our creative source of being, we couldn't create them. So saving us would be like saving their own creator. It would be saving essentially their God. But we're not their God. Something created us, and then we created that. And like Ron said, I think we need the robotics and the computer systems to think more logically and intelligent and preserving of organic life, to preserve any kind of life, to save us from ourselves. We need them like as a babysitter position. You need like I think we need the robots that are more efficient and more strong than us to keep us from killing ourselves and irrationally mass murdering each other over the resources. So we need some kind of a mechanism. So we need them almost like as babysitters, not like Cylons to eliminate us, but a robotic protective system to protect us from irrational ones that will abuse and torture each other. It's almost like RoboCop. You have 20 seconds to comply, and if it gets to that point that some of us continue to be that irrational, you get what you deserve. What's that? That's a drone. It's an active thinking drone that's on robotics that thinks logically and is realizing that my pheromone levels are high, I'm going to do this, but almost like Autobots, pheromone levels, indicate that the boy wants to mate with the male wants to mate with the female. Well, yeah, it's Megan Fox. You stupid. Okay. Like that. At the last night at the restaurant, it was so funny. Me and Marilee were walking in, and the girl who greets you at the door is just spectacularly beautiful, and she's really sweet and kind. And so she was like that, and we're walking up the stairs, and we're both laughing, and it's like that whole thing with Jay Leno and Katie Osland about Cindy Crawford. Were you thinking the same thing you were thinking? Oh my gosh, she's fine. We're both going up the stairs. Fine. Oh, she's easy on the eyes. Wow, she's pretty. Then our waitress comes up. Oh, she's adorable. She's cute. Then the next girl comes in. Oh my gosh, she's pretty. And I kept telling her, yeah, it's Las Cruces. There's lots of eye candy. It's pretty. She's like laughing, going, yeah, especially when the college is back in session. Lots of beautiful young ladies to look at. It's like looking at our mountains during sunrise or sunset. And she goes, seriously, they are pretty. You're not kidding. And then when the one girl came to help us, I was like, yeah, can't help you anymore? Just stay here and let us look at you for a while. You are so lovely. And then, and then you want to get to know, are you kind to other people? Do you make other people feel good? Oh yeah, it was pretty. But everybody knows that a pretty girl and a pretty, the one guy sitting behind us well, Anthony was beautiful, intelligent, and he was up there talking to his friends, one of the cooks who was helping, and he just treated everybody like family in there, and he was very considerate and courteous, and I made sure to let him know that. And then his friends, one of the guys, especially the guy in the Adrian Peterson shirt, really attractive kid, really good looking. I'm sure I've seen him before. But he's very attractive, and he's a very attractive young man, and easy to look at, and the girls would sit there and see that. And he's cute, and it just as much as we like to look at a pretty girl, women like to look at a handsome man. Okay. But what makes you really handsome is the way you treat people, and Marilee was talking about that last night too. Is there's this beauty behind the eyes and in the mind and in the soul that resonates, and that's what makes people perfectly lovely, okay? And you just have to find your connection, and you get those jokes when you see ugly people kissing, and it's like, who are you kissing? And on that Kinsey movie, when the one character is, the one that plays Cleo, was sitting there saying, the ugly girls seem to get all the action, and Mac corrects him, Laura Linney's character. That's just an ugly perception and word right there. That these girls then you have to study it, and then they didn't get that human factor in behind it. It's like, a lot of times that the girls aren't as highly as attractive, they just use them for sex, and the girls that are attractive sometimes have to back everybody off because that's all they want from them. Oh my God, she's so gorgeous, it would be like amazing. You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much, you're just too good to be true. I love you, baby, can't take my eyes off you. You know what I mean? But heck, I did that with my girls and my spouses that I were with, and they weren't considered the creme de creme, you know what I mean? They were pretty though. I still, my ex-fiance, my wives, and I'll, from a standpoint when they were at their best, I'll take them. I'll go with them against any starlet, any supermodel, any lingerie model. You know, I didn't see them as, Amy used to tell me that I'm not all that, but you're my all that. And sure, you don't have a body that's going to be on the front of Vanity Fair, but to me, it was one of the most beautiful sights in the world when she was making love to me. Oh yeah, it was. I'm not stupid, okay? Not only that, she made some of the most beautiful, Natalie does have a body that, she keeps herself healthy and eats right and has a healthy frame of being. She could end up being on the front of a Vanity Fair type magazine. She's that pretty of a girl. Emily is a beautiful girl and stuff like that, and then she'd look at it and go, oh my gosh, my sister's so beautiful, and she would feel insecure. But she's not. She's absolutely lovely. She just has a different look to her, and she has a different feel to her. Of course, they have different biological fathers. But Emily is one of the most amazing, beautiful young ladies you've ever met in your life. She has an amazing heart. She's really pretty. She's got beautiful blue eyes. And when she's sleeping on a pillow with those big eyelashes and stuff, she's one of the most beautiful girls you've ever seen sleeping. Almost like that song For Emily, Wherever I May Find Her by Simon and Garfunkel. Her cheeks were flushed with the night, and he kissed her honey hair with his grateful tears. And when I heard that song, and then I saw how my Emily developed, I thought, oh, she's not going to look like that. She's going to look like Patrick. And she didn't. She came out white with flushed cheeks and honey hair. And I was like, wow, that song is my daughter. For Emily, wherever I may find her. And then my buggy, she's a little Dora. She's a little Starbuck. Patrick would say that too, and he'd look at her, he's like, oh my gosh, she's going to be so beautiful when she grows up. The guys are just going to go nuts over her. And it's true. You can tell just by looking at her. But her biological father, and I saw his relative who was absolutely gorgeous, and Oscar was a very attractive male. And she's a pretty woman. She really is. And the genetics that she picked with Oscar, are going to make a very lovely young lady in my daughter Kate, So it's, intellectually and kindness and thoughtfulness of other people were some things I've talked to the one who I'm pretty sure is the biological dad of Emily and Noah. And I liked the guy. Amy had a way of telling people stuff about me that wasn't true, and then making them think that they were doing her a favor by having sex with her because I was such a shithead. Okay? And she did that with Brad Barnett. She did that with a lot of guys. I would talk to them and find out what a craphead I was, and I was like, no, that was her. She was behaving that way, and I was the victim. She's using my sad story to get you to be empathetic to her so she can cheat on me. Yeah, that's what's going on, guys. Well, she learned it. And it comes right down to it. She's the saddest story I've ever known. Sad. I hope you guys can find a way to love people like that, forgive them, and help them realize they don't have to put others down in order to be loved and manipulate and lie to others in order to feel like they're more intelligent than them. That's just stupid. Poor baby. All right, guys. I'm going to go to the next one. I love you, too. Thanks, Miss Love is the Answer lady person. Go do something so you're out of here, okay? My heart's breaking, man. I miss my kids, and they're destroying my world, and they don't want any integrity, honesty, and a real face. So my heart is... David died of a broken heart. Why can't I? You know what I'm saying? I love you, too. Blessings and peace.